In Mexico, a tourist was cage diving to see sharks when a great white shark entered the cage, which he reportedly could see very well. And luckily, the shark emerged from the cage unharmed.
He's in the cage. Oh my God.
Kind of a metaphor for a secure border, isn't it? Good evening and welcome to We Lied to You News. Tonight, our stellar journalism will cover a couple names have been named on the Diddy List. Who are they? Stay tuned, you've heard of them. Also, elites have built underground cities for their protection with your tax dollars. Trump pisses off liberals, UK imprisons Christians, and some other good news. But starting with, two high-profile actors have already been named in the Diddy case. The Diddy trial is getting ready to start with jury selection. During the process of selecting people who aren't smart enough to get out of jury duty, the potential jurors were given the names of two high-profile actors who have been named in the Diddy case: Michael B. Jordan and Mike Myers. As the trial begins soon, the public is excited for more high-profile names to be released, and as that happens, we fully expect you to forget all about the 0 names that have been released in the Epstein case. And we look forward to that happening. And a former George Bush official has come out and claimed the US government has spent $21 trillion building underground cities for the powerful elites in case of a near-extinction event. Catherine Fitz claims there are 170 underground cities built underground in the US and under the oceans, and these cities are connected by an advanced transportation network and powered by advanced energy systems. With the public finding out about this groundbreaking story, many are outraged and questioning, can we just put the elites down there now? But nonetheless, it is comforting to know that your government is protecting you from anything happening to the elites, should something bad happen to you. Speaking of near-extinction events, let's check in and see how global warming is going. Well, for the first time in decades, a new study finds Antarctica is gaining ice. So global warming has gotten pretty bad. Upon this new study being published, the climate change science fiction writers have reportedly gathered in the writing room, coming up with a plot twist that makes this make sense. Perhaps they could go with the narrative, global warming has gotten so bad that a reverse melting epidemic has started. And once they publish their latest work, the science is expected to be as ironclad as this:
trans women getting pregnant is not as far off as you'd think.
And recently on Air Force One, President Trump praised the Wall Street Journal for their journalistic integrity.
Who are you with? Wall Street Journal. That's right. Well, you people treat us so badly. Wall Street Journal has truly gone to hell. Go ahead. It's a rotten newspaper. You hear what I said? It's a rotten newspaper.
He likes them. And in the UK, it's being proposed that Christian street preachers be put in jail with 2-year prison sentences. Take a look.
Now, the Labour-ran Rushmore Borough Council has sparked outrage by proposing a sweeping injunction that could see Christian street preachers imprisoned for up to 2 years. And if the injunction is breached, now over claims of causing offence or distress. Now, under the proposed terms, Christians will be banned from praying for individuals, handing out religious leaflets or Bibles by hand, and laying hands on people in prayer, even with their permission.
You know, a country is headed in the direction of good when their laws would have Jesus arrested for doing Jesus things. And speaking of places with no Jesus, Seattle is currently getting a facelift, courtesy of Antifa. Meanwhile, in Canada, here's a based woman who sees the same thing happening in her country.
I don't run to get ready for bikini season. I run so that in the year 2030, when I'm locked out of my electric car for having a bad social credit score, I can get outside the 15-minute city limits and escape the United Nations robocops that are after me for having a steak after I've reached my CO2 limit.
And in the US, super highly respected Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who's jealous over the UK's proposed laws, warns that people need to fear white men more. Take a look.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
Well, not according to the FBI, they're not. Omar may have gotten her facts wrong, but she did marry her brother. And at least her brother isn't white, so she should at least feel safe when she's resting in his brotherly arms at night. And at a recent commencement address at the University of Alabama, President Trump unfortunately undid 4 years of propaganda work by the Biden administration in 15 seconds. Take a look.
It helps when you know that borders are not racist, speech is not violence, America is good, terrorists are bad, men can never become women, police are not criminals, and criminals are not victims.
And in, well, that's not how God does it news, researchers in China have grown a tiny brain in a lab. Have a look.
Researchers say that their tiny lab-grown brain could learn tasks faster than current AI models.
The DNC reportedly instructed the researchers to insert the brain into Kamala, but upon attempting, they reported that the tiny brain was way too big to fit into her head. That's it for today's news! By the way, if you've ever wondered what Alex Stein would say to a mother who's raised a trans kid, here's your answer.
You raised a trans kid?
I raised a child who decided to follow their true heart.
Okay, what about their other organs, like their genitals? That's they don't want to go by their true genitals?
This is my son.
That's your son?
Yep. No. This is my son. But also people who are autistic.
And you're probably autistic.
Sex workers.
And we shouldn't let autistic people transition their sex.
That man has a way with words. Good night. It's no mystery, we're living in a world where you will not be healthy by accident. And I think one of the most potent things people can do to increase their overall health, manage their weight, reduce their stress, sleep better, ultimately feel happier, is infrared saunas. For example, a study out of Finland showed that regular sauna use reduces all-cause mortality by 40%. But one of the biggest obstacles in the way is it can take a long time to drive to a sauna facility, or having your own sauna can be super expensive and take up a lot of valuable space in your home. But not anymore, because all those problems are solved with the Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket while delivering all the benefits. This is the sauna system I use in my home and that I rely on. The infrared sauna blanket is super powerful, heats up fast, and is convenient. When I'm using it, I just take it out of the closet, roll it out, use it. When I'm done, I wipe it down and put it away. On his podcast, I recently heard Joe Rogan say he takes his Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket everywhere he goes when he travels. I need to up my game. Bring all the benefits of infrared sauna into your life with the Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket. Go to bondcharge.com/JP and use discount code JP for 15% off. Also, for extra savings, know that all Bond Charge products are HSA FSA eligible, offering you up to a 40% tax-free savings. That's bondcharge.com/JP. Enjoy.